The sky above New Horizon City turned into a maelstrom of swirling colors as the alien fleet descended, their ships blotting out the sun like dark omens. It was a surprise attack, meticulously planned and brutally executed, intended to crush humanity's resistance in one swift blow. The alien race known as the Varaxians, with their superior technology and a ruthless reputation for conquest, had never faced defeat. Today, they believed, would be no different. General Ava Thompson watched the holographic displays in the underground command center flicker with real-time updates of the invasion. Around her, operators worked feverishly, coordinating the city's defenses. Ava's heart raced, not with fear, but with a fiery determination. Today was not just about survival. It was about defiance. "Deploy all units! Activate the Skyline defense grid," she commanded, her voice steady and resolute. Her finger traced across the strategic map, pinpointing where the Varaxian crafts were breaking through the atmosphere. Above ground, sirens wailed as citizens scrambled to safety. The skyline, once filled with the tranquil glow of the setting sun, now flashed with the light of incoming fire. Explosions rocked the city's outer districts, a prelude to the carnage the Varaxians intended to unleash. But humanity was not unprepared. In the decades since their first contact with the Varaxians, who initially posed as peaceful explorers, humans had learned much about their technology and their battle strategies. Secretly, Ava and her team had developed countermeasures, weapons, and tactics specifically designed to exploit the aliens' overconfidence and their hidden weaknesses. As the first wave of Varaxian fighters entered the airspace over New Horizon City, they encountered a response unlike any they had faced in previous conquests. The humans had constructed an intricate network of defense satellites and drones, known as the Aegis Grid, which now sprang to life. The sky erupted in a brilliant display of orchestrated firepower. Laser beams, precise and cutting, intersected with the paths of the Varaxian crafts. Missiles, guided by the latest in AI targeting systems, soared from hidden silos, each finding their mark with deadly accuracy. The Varaxians, caught off guard by the intensity and precision of the resistance, scrambled to regroup. On the main boulevard, where holographic billboards once showcased ads for interstellar vacations and the latest in techwear, now displayed real-time battlefield data. Civilians trained for such emergencies manned anti-aircraft weapons, their eyes focused, their actions synchronized with the military's maneuvers. General Thompson switched her view to the ground force's camera feeds. The troops were in position, each unit equipped with the latest powered armor suits, enhancing their strength and resilience. As Varaxian ground forces began to land, they were met with a barrage of gunfire and advanced warfare tactics, honed through years of preparation. The real game-changer, however, was the experimental EMP devices that Ava had insisted on developing. Planted throughout the city, these devices were designed to disable Varaxian technology without causing collateral damage to human tech, thanks to specialized frequency tunings discovered in captured alien equipment. As a massive Varaxian carrier descended, aiming to deploy troops directly into the heart of the city, Ava gave the order. "Detonate EMP!" The effect was instantaneous and devastating. A pulse of electromagnetic energy surged through the area, invisible yet potent. The Varaxian carrier, its shields flickering out, lost control and veered off course, crashing into an abandoned construction site. Its hull groaned under the stress, and then there was silence as its systems failed. The smaller crafts, too, were affected. One by one, they dropped from the sky like stones, their alien metallurgy rendered useless by human ingenuity. Ground troops, their armor powered down, became disoriented and vulnerable, easy targets for the waiting human forces. General Thompson watched as the tide turned dramatically and swiftly. The Varaxians, so assured in their technological superiority, found themselves outmaneuvered and outfought within minutes of the real battle beginning. "Press the advantage," Ava ordered, her eyes scanning the live feeds. "This ends today." Across the city, human soldiers advanced, reclaiming their home block by block. The Varaxians, trained for conquest but not for resilience, fell back in disarray, their command structure in shambles. Their invasion, planned to be over in minutes, was indeed just that, only not in the way they had envisioned. As the last of the alien fighters were rounded up and the disabled craft secured, General Thompson allowed herself a brief smile. It was a smile not just of victory, but of pride. Humanity had been underestimated by the Varaxians, a fatal misjudgment that Ava knew would reshape the balance of power in the galaxy from this day forward. In the aftermath of the thwarted invasion, New Horizon City lay draped in the eerie quiet that follows a storm. Smoke rose from the crumbled sections of the city, and the debris of alien technology littered the streets. General Ava Thompson, now standing on the rooftop of the command center, surveyed the damage through her binoculars. She had barely allowed herself a moment of relief when she knew there was much to do. News of humanity's astonishing victory had already spread across the planet. Global communications networks were alight with broadcasts, recounting the battle's details and celebrating the human spirit's resilience. Yet for Ava, the victory was not just a testament to human tenacity, but also a stark reminder of the looming threats beyond Earth's skies. General Thompson, Captain Miles Jensen, Ava's second-in-command, approached with a digital tablet in hand. "We've completed the initial assessment. Most of the city's essential infrastructures are intact, thanks to the Aegis grid. Casualties are far less than what we anticipated." Ava nodded, taking the tablet to glance at the report. "And the prisoners?" "We've secured 57 Varaxians, including what appears to be one of their high-ranking commanders. Interrogation has begun, but it's clear their understanding of our language is rudimentary at best," Jensen reported. "Keep trying. Anything we can learn about their motives or potential reinforcements is crucial," Ava instructed, handing back the tablet. She then gazed out toward the horizon, her mind racing with the implications of capturing a Varaxian commander. Meanwhile, the city buzzed with activity. Military and civilian rescue teams worked side by side, clearing debris and restoring order. Amid these efforts, scientists and engineers examined the fallen alien crafts, eager to unlock technological secrets that could fortify Earth's defenses even further. Ava decided to visit the main research lab, where the most intact pieces of Varaxian technology were being analyzed. Upon entering the lab, she was greeted by Dr. Lena Hart, the lead scientist responsible for reverse engineering alien tech. "General, you need to see this." Dr. Hart motioned Ava over to a large, partially dismantled Varaxian engine. "We've discovered that their propulsion system uses a form of cold fusion we've theorized but never achieved. The potential applications are limitless," Ava finished, her eyes widening at the implications. The discovery could revolutionize not just military tech, but civilian energy applications, potentially altering the course of human development. "Yes, and there's more. We believe this technology could be adapted to improve our space travel capabilities exponentially. We could reach new galaxies, establish colonies." Dr. Hart's voice trailed off, lost in the possibilities. Ava felt a surge of hope, mixed with a strategic resolve. "Prioritize this, Lena. I want a working prototype as soon as feasible. This could be our key to ensuring that no alien threat can ever catch us off guard again." Back in the command center, as the sun began to set, turning the sky into a canvas of fiery oranges and dusky purples, Ava met with her senior advisors to discuss the next steps. The room was filled with a palpable sense of urgency. "We need to consider the possibility of a second attack. The Varaxians will want revenge, and they'll likely come prepared." General Ramirez, one of the advisors, voiced the concern on everyone's mind. "Agreed. We must use the time we have efficiently, enhance our orbital defenses, expedite research on the alien technology, and increase our surveillance on known Varaxian outposts," Ava responded, outlining her strategic vision. The discussion then turned to the Varaxian prisoners. The captured commander, in particular, was an invaluable source of intelligence. Despite the language barrier, efforts to communicate had been making slow progress. "I suggest we bring in xenolinguists and cultural experts. Understanding their language and their psychology could give us insights into their strategies and hierarchy. suggested Lieutenant Colonel Sarah Zheng, the head of intelligence. Make it happen, Sarah. Every piece of information is a piece in the puzzle of their defeat, Ava affirmed, her determination steeling her against the fatigue that clawed at the edges of her consciousness. As night enveloped the city, the lights from the streets below twinkled like stars fallen to earth. Ava remained in the command center, poring over reports, strategizing moves, and preparing for the inevitable. The Varaxians would come again, but Earth would be ready, stronger, wiser, and united.
The battle for New Horizon City was over, but the war for humanity's future had just begun. In those quiet hours, with the weight of the world on her shoulders, General Ava Thompson forged her resolve like steel tempered in fire, ready to lead humanity through whatever challenges awaited among the stars. 3 weeks after the first invasion, the world remained on high alert. General Ava Thompson had hardly slept, the command center becoming her second home. The debris from the battle had been cleared, and the city's pulse slowly regained its rhythm, but the scars of the conflict lingered on the face of New Horizon City and in the hearts of its people. The development of the alien propulsion technology had progressed faster than expected, thanks to the fervent efforts of Dr. Lena Hart and her team. They had managed to create a prototype that could potentially power defensive platforms orbiting Earth, providing a formidable shield against future attacks. Ava stood in the research lab, observing the new engine humming softly as it powered up. The blue glow of its core illuminated the hopeful faces of the scientists and engineers who surrounded it. Incredible work, Dr. Hart. Keep pushing the limits. This may well be the safeguard we need, Ava commended, her voice tinged with optimism. Meanwhile, the efforts to communicate with the captured Varaxian commander had borne fruit. Lieutenant Colonel Sarah Zheng had brought in the best xenolinguists and cultural experts, who, after many painstaking hours, had begun to break through the language barrier. "General, we've made significant progress," Sarah reported during their daily briefing. "We've learned that the Varaxians were indeed scouting for a new territory. Earth was not their only target, but our resistance took them by surprise." Ava nodded, absorbing the news. "Do they intend to return?" "That's certain," Sarah replied. "But the commander is boasting that their next wave will be overwhelming. He claims that what we faced was merely a scouting force." "The arrogance," Ava muttered under her breath. "We'll be ready for them. Anything else?" "Our linguists have also deciphered some tactical information which could be critical in preparing our defenses. It appears their ships have vulnerabilities we haven't yet exploited." Armed with this new intelligence, Ava convened with her military strategists to overhaul Earth's defense strategy. They worked tirelessly, strengthening satellite networks and deploying the newly developed propulsion technology in orbital defense stations. As the second invasion loomed, the world united like never before. Broadcasts and communications echoed the sentiment of resilience and readiness. Ava's leadership had inspired a planet, turning fear into fortitude. The day the Varaxians returned, the sky darkened once again with their formidable fleet, larger and more menacing than before. This time, however, Earth was not caught off guard. As the first Varaxian ships entered the atmosphere, they were met with a barrage of fire from the orbital platforms, their new engines enabling rapid maneuverability and powerful strikes. On the ground, Ava watched the battle unfold from the command center, her team coordinating between space and surface defenses. The Varaxian ships struggled to advance, their movements hampered by the relentless assault from Earth's newly fortified defenses. The turning point came when a squadron of human fighters, equipped with the latest technology harvested from the first invasion, penetrated the Varaxian formation, exploiting the vulnerabilities previously uncovered. They targeted critical nodes on the Varaxian ships, causing a chain reaction of explosions within the enemy fleet. As debris from Varaxian crafts rained down into the ocean, a cheer erupted in the command center. Ava felt a surge of pride, but remained focused. "Keep pressing. Don't let up. This ends today," she commanded, her voice resolute. The battle raged for hours, but the outcome was never in doubt. Earth's defenses held firm, and the Varaxian forces, bewildered by the ferocity and sophistication of the human response, began to retreat. This time the humans pursued, determined to ensure that this threat would not return. In the aftermath, Earth emerged victorious, the threat of the Varaxians repelled with decisive and overwhelming force. The world celebrated not just a victory, but a new beginning. Humanity had not only survived, it had adapted, evolved, and affirmed its place in the cosmos. Ava stood before the United Nations, delivering a speech that was broadcast worldwide. "Today we celebrate not just our survival, but our unity," she declared. "We faced a formidable foe, one that sought to overwhelm us. But together we turn the tide. Let this victory mark the beginning of a new era for humanity. An era of exploration, innovation, and above all, vigilance." The war had ended, but the journey of humanity had just begun. Under Ava's leadership, Earth would prepare to take its place among the stars, not just as survivors, but as pioneers, peacekeepers, and perpetual guardians of their blue planet.